Hello, everyone. Greetings. For those of you who it's your first time here, I'm Stephanie Chevalier, and I teach piano, voice, and ukulele here on YouTube. Today, we are going to move forward in our Suzuki piano lessons. This is a lesson number 11, and we'll be working on Au Clair de la Lune. This would be a really great time if you have a moment. Please like and subscribe and comment afterwards today if you could. That will really help me to reach more learners. So, without further ado, I am going to flip this over so you can see my fingers. And we are going to start Au Clair de la Lune. So first of all, I am going to remind you where middle C is, right next to the group of two, right here in the middle. And I'm going to mark that in blue for you so you'll know where middle C is. Okay, Au Clair de la Lune is on page 24 in the Suzuki book. Now, let's first go over the right hand. As in all of our Suzuki repertoire, I really encourage you to memorize the right hand with the correct fingerings, and all the fingerings for Au Clair de la Lune are correct in the book. So I'm going to just show you the right hand of Au Clair de la Lune. Next line is almost identical. Use the 2-beat rest to move your hand to the next position. Your pinky is on D as in dog. And then you move back. Couple of technical points here. If you notice, I drop my hand into the key. I don't glue and move my thumb like this. My thumb is the only finger on the piano. I drop my hand, walking my fingers so I have a nice legato sound. You don't lift your finger up until you're ready to hit the next key. It's a walking movement like so. Now, also, when you get to measure 9, that is when your pinky moves to D. And you just pick your hand up and drop it on D. And then you pick your hand up and move back, drop it on C. Okay, now would be a good time to stop, go over the right hand, be sure you have it memorized, and now let's learn the left hand. Okay, the right hand was up on twinkle C. Middle C is in the middle where your belly button should be. I'm going to now go over the left hand. Now, starting in measure 1, your left hand is down on twinkle C. I'm starting with just my pinky. That is line 1. And notice I walked my fingers. I don't glue my fingers. That is good piano technique. Line 2 is almost identical to line 1 with the exception of measure 8. I'd like to take a moment and show you measure 8. Let me move my mic here so you can hear me even a little bit better. So measure 8 starts with your third finger on E, then G, then you move your second finger to E, and your fourth finger plays C. That is setting you up for measure 9 to have your pinky on B. Okay, so measure 8 again. 3, 1, 2 on E, 4 on C, so that your pinky can be on D for the next line. So let's go over the second line starting in measure 5. 1, here I go. Exactly the same until you get here to measure 8. 3, 1, 2, 4. Okay, Okay, now measure 9. Like I said before, that gets your pinky there on measure 9. B as in boy, thumb stays on G. Pinky moves back to C here. D, hold for 4. Walk it down. Now this last line, watch carefully. Walk up, walk down, skipping up, skipping down, and end on a C, pardon me. Okay, so that's all the left hand and the right hand separately of Clair de la Lune. Now, what I would like to show you is how I prefer to put it hands together. I like to start with measure 8. Measure 8, your right hand is playing C, your left hand is playing that part where we move. Okay, so we want to be sure we get this correct. And then stop in the next measure where your right hand moves down to D and your left hand's playing B. So let's try that again. We start in measure 8 and then we stop at the first beat of measure 9. Here we go. Now would be a good time to stop and practice that. Go over it several times until it's easy. Now let's do line 1. And line 1, what I want to bring to your attention is in measure 2, your number 2 fingers play together. In measure 3, your number 2 fingers play together also. So there is that little pattern. The same thing happens with that second line. Okay, so let's go over the first line. Here we go. Twos together. Twos together. Same thing. Twos together. Twos together. You already know this. Move back to C, left hand. D's together. G's together. Move back to C, right hand. C's together. Twos up. Twos together. Twos together. Especially in this last line, I think you're going to really notice that your twos play together a lot. And that's a really easy way to remember it. Really notice your twos meaning your pointer fingers, okay? So I did make another recording of all of the Suzuki pieces in book 1, and it starts at the beginning and goes all the way through, and I stop and count it off. So use this to learn it and get it hands together, and then when you're ready, move on to the play along. Pretty soon I will have the duets posted as well. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, listen to your recording every day and for sure right before you start this, okay? And then go back and really stop and then rewind, stop, and then rewind so that you don't miss anything. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you at your next lesson.